Hi guys, it's Steph here and I'm back to do the Aussie Book Tag. This book tag was created by Nock and Julia, and Nock tagged me in the comments of her original post, so I will leave a link to that down below. This book tag celebrates all things Australian, and I don't unfortunately have any Australian clothing with flags or anything like that, so I apologise, that's just me. So, question number 1, Koala, a character you want to cuddle all day long. That would be Rachel from Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley, because my God, this girl has been through some things, and she might be prickly, but I just want to give her a hug. Question number 2, Vegemite, a book you love, but everybody else hates. Now, I couldn't think of something that I loved that everybody else hated, so I'm actually going to reverse this and turn it around and go, a book that I hated that everyone else loved. Please don't hurt me for this. I could not stand The Hunger Games. And please don't leave me any mean comments down below, because I appreciate everyone's right to not like something, and I did not like this book. I disliked it so much that as soon as I finished it, I had the whole series. I could not read any more of this book. I don't know what it is. Something about it just turned my stomach. So, yeah. I appreciate that everyone else likes it, and I have no issue with people liking it, so I don't like it. So please be nice. Question number 3, Socceroos, favourite fictional squad. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about this one, and they've picked some really interesting characters from really recent books, but I am going to have to go with the Night Court from A Court of Mist and Fury, because, oh my God, Rhys and his crew, oh, I love them. I love them all. I love them all, and they are all awesome. Question 4, Southern Cross, most recent 5-star read. Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crowley. I loved this book. It was beautiful, and I love the characters, even when they make stupid decisions, and even when they're not saying what they should be saying, but this book was wonderful, and if you haven't read it, it's not a hard read at all. It is a really easy read, and it is really lovely. Question 5, Patriotism, a favourite book by an author from your country. Ice Station by Matthew Riley. This was the first Matthew Riley book I read, and I am a sucker for his books because they're ridiculous, and they're fun, and they're silly, and they're adventurous, and they're violent, and they're, oh my gosh, I love this book. This was the very first book I read. I think I talked in a video that I found it in a private girls' school library when I was in year 9. Why it was there? I have no idea, but I'm glad it was, and I love this book, and this is the book that I reread all the time. Question 6, Echidna, a book that you like to look at, but it physically hurts to read. I know I have talked about this one before, and it is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. This is the book that I have not finished multiple times. I love this box set. This box set is gorgeous. The books, I love the design on the books. They are just so pretty. I can't read this book. I know that the challenge said that this could be just a book that's painful to read, that is, you know, really sad or whatever. This book is physically painful for me to read. I stare at it and I get distracted. I try and read a sentence and I get distracted. So I call that physically hard to read. I know people love it, and I know it's a really popular book, and please don't hate me, but it hurts. Question 7, Ned Kelly, a book that is really grim, but an iconic must-read. American Psycho, Bret Easton Ellis. I haven't read this for a while, but I remember reading it the whole time going, oh my God. I did really like it though, and I do want to reread it. Question 8, Great Barrier Reef, a book that left you gaping in awe. Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This book blew me away, and I think I'm interpreting this challenge for a couple of reasons. One, the format of the book. I mean, it's just awesome. I really can't say anything other than that. The format is incredible. The way that they play with words and images, and the way they play with text types. So there's instant messages, there's emails, there's reports, there's all sorts of things in here. That blew me away. The second thing that blew me away with this book was just how easy it was to read and to fall in love with these characters and to understand them, given that we weren't given huge amounts of detail about them in what I would probably say a normal recognizable chunk. So honestly, it blew me away, and I'm so glad that I read it. Question 9, Pavlova, a light and fluffy book that you can't help but love. And that was You Know Me Well by Nina LaCour and David Levithan. I would never have picked this book up in a million years had I not heard David Levithan speak about the book and also do a reading from the book. And I'm so glad that I did that and that I picked it up and I read it, because this was just fun. And I really loved the characters in it. I loved the way that they treated each other and the way that relationships, friendships, and love was depicted. I loved this book. And question 10, Milo, a genre or an author you reach for when you are in a reading, or to get you out of a reading slump, I should say. And that would be Matthew Riley, because as aforementioned, ridiculous, fun, adventure, action, violent, entertaining. What can I say? I really, really love his books. I just love that they don't take me long to read, that I can suspend disbelief for short periods of time and believe that anything is possible and that these characters really exist. And I really like that about his work. And for me, it's the closest thing I get to an action movie in a book. And action movies are my favourite thing ever. I love his books. And if I need to read something but I don't know what to read and I'm just not in that headspace, I pick up one of his books. So that is everything. I'm not sure who has and hasn't done this book challenge yet. So I'm going to tag all of you. If you haven't done it, have a go because it's fun. But thank you very much for watching. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're having a wonderful day and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Happy reading, guys.